So this is going to be a heck of a show between these two, and we are looking forward to bringing it all to you here at DBX2.
A good technical fight and probably a finish. Maybe because of the rule sets, I'm not allowed to kick, punch and stuff, but I think I can finish this on boxing. But anyway, it's going to be a lot of significant strikes into his head, body, and it's going to be a masterclass.
And now making his way to the ring, the Cobra, Milos Janicic from Montenegro.
Love the opera music right here.
Right?
Really gets me in the mood to make somebody bleed.
Doesn't get me as excited as you coming out to Halo by accident, but I digress. But I tell you what, I like this man. When you get cats like this, I mean, everything about this kid feels professional. When he's in the meetings, just the way he conducts himself. Had ACL surgery 8 months ago. No problem, right? Fought 3 weeks ago, fighting again here tonight.
Not only that, has been getting some top-notch work. He's been brought into Ilia Toporia's camp, doing some training for him for the upcoming championship fight against Charles Oliveira. He's there to emulate Charles Oliveira. Can't do any of those Du Bronx trademark submissions in dirty boxing, but certainly, a man who has finished every one of his wins in his mixed martial arts career, even with the experience that Bastos has, is not looking to back down at all on this one.
That's really interesting you say that. For a jiu-jitsu practitioner, someone who is emulating one of the greatest submission artists in history from the UFC in Charles Du Bronx Oliveira, for a fight against Ilia Topuria, this is all upper body striking here and no submissions at all. So I'm really interested to see the jiu-jitsu transition to boxing.
For that fight specifically, to be quite honest, I'm not looking so much for elbows. I'm looking for knock my opponent out. So probably with hands, I'm looking for that. But the elbows always help. So in the fight, we're going to see.
And now making his way to the ring, Guilherme Bastos, 23 years old, lives here in Miami, Florida. And of course, one of our more experienced fighters on the card, Jason.
Give me all of these red carpet walkouts. Are you kidding me here? This is banging here at the hangar. Guilherme Bastos, I think he is going to get far and away the most difficult test here in dirty boxing that he has had, but he is ready. Dude's had 30 Muay Thai fights, just turned 23 last month, so he's made the walk before. I talked to him a lot about weight cutting. He's a big kid, right, but made the 171. And, even a couple months later, I feel like the kid's more professional even than he was a couple months back. So big spot for him. And for those guys that are trying to become the face of dirty boxing, whether it's Guilherme or the Wolf, got to keep the W train rolling.
So important for them. His opponent has an experienced bare knuckle fighter over here in Gogo. And but Guilherme was so impressive with his determination last time. We saw him get hit with some shots, and he never stopped moving forward. He never stopped coming to take your head off. I'm so excited for this that we're about to see that again. And Jason's telling us that his opponent is the toughest test of the night, possibly. I can't wait to watch this action here.
Guilherme, a big dude walking in there.
Yeah, he's mentioned concerns about being at the weight class that he is, but he makes it, and we got ourselves a heck of a match between him and Janicic.
If their corners had to fight, I don't know who would win.
We'll head up to Ben Jackson to introduce the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you once again to the Dirty Box.
Moderno pohištvo po niskih cenah.
DBX2. We are live on YouTube TV at the beautiful Hangar Event Center in Miami, Florida. I would like to thank our proud sponsors once again for all your help and support at tonight's event. First, a special thanks to Hydrology, LEC Media, Theranos, MarketCipherTrading.com, Miami Sushi Chef, Takedown Fightwear, And an even bigger thank you to all you fight fans in the house that make this all possible. DBX2 thanks you. Blood, sweat, dirt. A fight for the fans. It's time to fight dirty, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys ready? Because here we go! Introducing your fighters. First, in the red corner, this fighter stands in at 6 foot inches tall, 171 pounds, from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Saudi! Presenting Guilherme Bastos! Introducing his opponent, fighting in the blue corner. This fighter has a record of 18 wins, 3 losses. He stands in at 5 foot 11 inches tall, 171 pounds, fighting out of Montenegro, Milos, Cobra, Janicic! All right, fight fans, face off, gentlemen.
You already know the rules. I want to play fight, obey my command all the time. Toss your glove if you want. Okay, go to your corners.
Marcos Perez, our referee, as we take a look at the tail of the tape. Guilherme Bastos, 6 foot, 74.5-inch reach, 23 years old. Janicic, 28 years old, 5 foot 11, with a 72.5-inch reach. As we get set for our first
ready?
bout.
Are you ready? Fight!
Round 1 underway. Janicic throws that right hand to the body, then goes up top with the jab.
Yeah, I can already see the experience of Janicic. The way he's just touching, controlling the range, changing the angles.
Tries to go to the body there, Janicic. This is up top to the left. Body shot there by Bastos. Try to get tangled up a little bit. Janicic retaliates with his own body shot that goes up top.
Love that about Bastos, though. He's kind of got to get touched a little bit to really get going, really get started, figure out how to defend against his opponent. And he is game. He walks forward and brings it.
And we saw, like in that last fight, he's very fluid with those elbows, especially when he gets his opponent on those ropes. He goes up top. Left hand down the pipe by Bastos, and then goes to the body. It's another left hand on top on Janicic. Janicic goes to the body with the right hand. Big left up top by Janicic lands on Bastos. Bastos sticks a left right up top on Janicic. The action starting to pick up here with a minute left in round number 1.
Nice and evenly matched so far. Both guys throwing some decent volume. You know, Guilherme, I think, is getting very comfortable with this rule set. He talked about getting in the clinch and sort of trying to use his elbows when he gets in there. It's really interesting to see if he can do some damage closing the range.
He's keeping his hands up, and Janicic is wearing them a little low. But he's a little quicker with the strikes.
Ooh, Janicic, nice combination there on Bastos. Bastos comes to the left hand up top to retaliate. Little trip up there in the corner. Left gets through. It's finding a home there for Bastos so far in this round number 1. Body shot, right hand with Janicic, and he sticks a left up top on Bastos.
Good job. Bastos' game, though.
Stop!
Got a little bleeding on the face of Milos Janicic as we come to the end of round number 1. He's got a cut up right top his brow. So, cut man's got to go to work early here.
Good cut on Janicic's forehead.
A spot like that, Mike, you think that's going to affect vision?
We don't have a bag.
Does it depend how much blood's going to come down in it?
Can't quite say it, you know. I think it's in a decent spot. A referee's not too, or a doctor ringside isn't too worried about that. It's just giving a little extra to the fans, you know. Watching at home, we like to see a little blood, baby.
Tough round to score, boys. I think Guilherme certainly got more comfortable as it went along.
We start round number 2 as these two getting to know each other very quickly with a lot of action there in round number 1.
Bastos using his range a little better now. He's a taller opponent.
Janicic comes with the left up top and then throws a right down, goes to the body on Bastos. And then hits with a big left up top.
Hands in his pocket. He's letting it all hang out now already in the second round.
Have to wonder if that cut woke him up a little bit.
Yeah, that adrenaline gets flowing. Body shot for body shot, back and forth with these two.
Certainly seen Bastos take damage and keep coming.
He's forward. I really enjoyed it.
I don't know if we've seen him take a step back yet in his dirty boxing career.
Don't get that confused with a side step. Oh, Janicic lands a good counter shot there, and Bastos had to take that step back just a little bit. Stumble.
Wing and left there by Janicic trying to get on Bastos. Bastos does not seem any panic. He's trying to set up his shot as the left gets through for him on Janicic, trying to find a bullseye on that cut.
Janicic seems to be using his legs much more this second round. He is sticking and moving and not trying to get caught standing still.
Combination up top by Janicic on Bastos, defended well.
Yeah, Mike, you talked about the defense out of Bastos. I think it's really benefiting him because the more powerful shots certainly coming from Janicic.
Right hand snuck through there from Janicic on Bastos.
Yeah, I mean, Bastos has his hands up, but you got to move your head with it, turn your hips, and, you know, Janicic's hands are a little bit lower. He's throwing from the pockets, but he's moving his hips and he's moving his feet after he throws a combination.
Bastos sticks the jab there on Janicic as he backs him up on the ropes, but big right hand gets through from Janicic on Bastos. Bastos answers with a left of his own. Ten-second rest in round number 2.
Just out of range with those shots and gets countered by Janicic. You know, Bastos can't quite find his range as we move here into the third round.
That was a much better round for Janicic. You could say we could be going into a 1-1 so far, going into round number 3.
He's trying to find that hook, man. He's going down and up. He's feeling that cross 100%. Okay, you're throwing it to the body, you're throwing it to the head. Okay, when you throw that cross, I need you to do something with this hand, I need you to keep it nice and tight. He's throwing 3 shots every time. 3 shots and up, 3 shots and up. Okay, so every time he goes down,
Oh, you see that big right hand getting through from Janicic on Bastos.
Little slip and rip.
I think could be anybody's fight heading into round 3.
Both guys wearing it, both guys bloody, as we have ourselves a heck of a matchup here in the hangar in Coconut Grove for Dirty Boxing 2. Janicic comes out, pokes that jab on Bastos to start round number 3. And the right hand gets through from Janicic. What do you think we have so far, fellows? 1-1?
You never know. Can't leave it up to the judges. We're at 100% finish rate at the moment, but both these guys are pretty tough. I think this one might go the whole 3 minutes.
Oh, a big left hand gets up top by Janicic on Bastos. But Bastos, as he has been, takes it and keeps coming forward.
Yeah, Janicic is separating himself with some of these consequential shots, just doing more damage, period.
Shot gets through there by Bastos on Janicic after taking the body shot. He knows he's got to get busy here. Still anybody's fight. Left hand gets through by Bastos on Janicic and another one. And then he sticks the jab in his face.
Janicic's hands are flowing just a little bit better. He's putting his combinations together more. And then Bastos lands one solid jab or straight on the outside. But Janicic is putting them together and sticking and moving still.
And both guys fatiguing a bit, but the volume's still there.
Minute 30 left here to go in the final round.
Good body shot.
Bastos goes to the body there on Janicic. He ducks out of the way of that big left hand up top. Comes back with a left of his own. Left hand gets through. We got a mouth guard out.
Get him, get him, get him. You gotta try to get him now.
Bastos up top.
Oh my goodness.
Janicic with the right up top. Then he follows it up with the elbow. Another right hand by Janicic on Bastos.
And Guilherme still coming for it.
The referee's trying to pause him, but
Vargas was finally getting the mouth guard to Milos Janicic as we're under a minute left here in round number 3. The pause may get these guys a little bit more gas here for this final sprint.
yeah, Janicic is just working a little more. He's putting more combinations together. More punches are landing from the outside. He's taking the angle. He's just getting out of the way, slipping, moving his head. I mean, it's really beautiful work. And then throws a 2-3.
Yeah, just slicker.
Left sneaks through there for Bastos, but don't know if it's enough after all the action here for Janicic, who gets a big right hand up top. Elbow to follow through there by Bastos. And we go the distance here to open up our prelim portion of the card. Great fight by these two. Milos Janicic and Guilherme Bastos. All action through the 3 rounds. You can see the punishment they're wearing on their face.
Give me all 9 minutes of that. And yeah, while we didn't get a finish, could be the best fight of the night so far. Great work turned in by both boys. If this is a sign of what's to come, as these are the first 3 fights, let's go.
I thought that was very action-packed. Both showed skill. Bastos shows that heart again, but Janicic just sticking and moving was the better boxer tonight, in my opinion. I think the cards are going to say he got the win.
Let's take a little look at the replay here, Mike, and some of the boxing that Janicic displayed.
Oh yeah, combinations, moves his head afterwards, back on the outside, gets control of the ring in the middle, and just constantly throwing and slipping, just getting on the outside of those punches. Big jab and hook. They end up clinching, and that's the end of the fight there.
And a great showing by Janicic, who got cut in that first round and seemed like it only sparked him. We'll get our first official decision here as we go to the scorecards for the first time tonight. And our ringer announcer, Ben Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, our judges have come to a decision here today with your scoring via unanimous decision with your winner by the score of 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27. Fighting out of the blue corner, Milos, Janicic.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner, Milos Janicic. Brother, you fought 3 weeks ago, now debuting in DBX. What a performance, what a fight. How do you feel?
I think it was a good performance because I came a little bit out of shape and fat. I was expecting easier to show, but for giving me hard fight. I didn't enjoy this, you know. It was hard because a little bit out of shape, but no excuses.
Well, 18 pro fights, 18 finishes. First time you went the distance here and get a win. What was your experience like for you? First time fighting in DBX with the rule sets adjusting to not being able to throw knees, kicks, takedowns?
It's very hard because it's only boxing, especially with elbows. He's very dangerous. And it was hard, especially because the ring is small, so it takes tempo. Next time I'll get more ready. I'll get in good shape, you know.
I think you got a bright future. When can we expect to see you back in here?
I hope so. Good contract. I'm coming back. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Montenegro's own Milos Janicic.